Biodiversity can be defined as the variety of plant and animal life in the world or in a particular habitat, and it's one of the most important and complex features of our planet. Even us as humans rely on biodiversity to function. It supplies the oxygen we breathe, the fresh water we drink, and the food we eat. Global studies have found that when our wildlife remains untouched and undamaged, it produces a healthy system which contributes to a healthy planet. This all links to climate change and what humans have and are still doing, even subconsciously, to damage a tremendous scope of flora and fauna that we see on a daily basis. Today, we are focusing on Avonheath Country Park in Dorset. Avonheath's heathland includes many forms of biodiversity, including birds, ferns, pine and birch trees, wildflowers, and much more. We spoke with Marco, who is a ranger at Avonheath, to get his opinion on what biodiversity is and why it is so important, as well as what is being done locally and globally to help maintain what makes planet Earth and everything it has to offer so special.
Wait. Yeah, that's why I took it on you.
So, hi Marco. I would just like to start by asking you some personal questions about why you chose to work at Avonheath and why you've stayed so long.
So I've always been interested in conservation work. I went to college and I did a conservation management course on there. It's main reason why is obviously I love the job. I love getting people excited about nature and conservation and education and obviously inspiring people, young children and adults about the work. So I do.
If I could just ask you, what is biodiversity and why do you think it's important?
Yeah, biodiversity basically involves everybody, so it brings all species together, and it's very important because if we don't look after it, obviously we won't be here.
So how do you think we're at risk if we don't take environmental action soon?
We're massively at risk. So one of the things we could be is obviously the loss of endangered species. That's a massive one we can lose, obviously, especially like here, like sand lizards. It could be anything. It could be more extreme weather, so it could be like flooding, wildfires, etc. So yeah.
The Bird Hide and Sand Lizard Reserve are the park's most attracted areas, especially with the sand lizard breeding programme. They maintain this with multiple wildlife trusts to restore the sand lizards to their former glory and increase their range to where they can be found.
Avonheath specifically, how are they at risk if we do not take environmental action soon?
So for here would be obviously a loss of habitat. So if we don't manage the heathlands properly, we would lose obviously some of our endangered species here. So that includes our reptiles. We get all our 6 reptiles here. So the really rare, so all reptiles here are protected, but the more specialised reptiles which you find on heathlands are sand lizards and smooth snakes. So if we don't obviously create habitats for them, i.e. like creating sand patches, etc., and obviously clearing a small pine, obviously then the endangered species would obviously die here.
So how do you think the government and local council should assist in the restoration projects?
The government and main thing that they could do is sort of lead from the front. So it could be obviously spending that extra money, getting politicians involved, and obviously locally, obviously know the problems what we've got around here, etc.
What do you think we should do globally and locally to help maintain biodiversity?
Okay, so locally and globally, everybody can get involved helping. So it could be something really small like allowing your sort of grass growing up in your garden. It could be planting wildflowers, and again getting your neighbours involved as well. So if everybody just did something, even if it's very small, you know, let's say you're planting wildflowers in your garden and everyone in the neighbourhood does that, so obviously that's a massive help, and that will help obviously your bees and stuff like that on there.
There are many ways to contribute to fighting against biodiversity loss, and it's important that we do, because it directly affects our future on this planet. This could be done by something as simple as letting your grass grow, recycling, or volunteering at heathlands such as Avonheath. So, what are you waiting for? Let's help the wildlife of today, tomorrow, and forever.
you.